Okay, so we talked about the first way you can sabotage yourself when it comes to getting better results with your skin, and that's by telling yourself that it's too overwhelming. So we don't want to do that. The second thing is having an all or nothing mentality. Now, this one, I'm so guilty of this, and I know a lot of my friends are too. It's that perspective that it doesn't count unless you go all the way in and get everything like 100% perfect, and do it like that the first time. If you don't do it, then it doesn't count. That's like the all or nothing mentality, and it's a complete sabotage to getting better results in your skin, especially if you're doing that by way of making transitions and changes in your lifestyle. So I'll tell you a funny story. When I first started to change my lifestyle back in 2009, my husband recommended that I do a 3-day cleanse, right? So again, he was my boyfriend at the time, and I wanted to impress him. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do this 3-day cleanse. He was a busy doctor, like working in one of the largest health centers in the world, and he was just like on the go constantly. So he told me to do this cleanse, but he didn't tell me like how to do the cleanse. He handed me this book, and it had in it like a bunch of stuff I couldn't eat, and to focus on like vegetables and stuff like that. And I took the book and I was like, okay. Now, coming from me, like I was someone who was eating a lot of fast food. Chick-fil-A was like my go-to. I was there multiple times a week. I would order takeout all the time. I was working in pharmaceutical sales, so we would do dinners with the doctors a lot of the time. And so I was just not getting like home cooked vegetables. Like, plus I didn't even have like a background in cooking whatsoever. Like I could make toast and scramble some eggs, but you're talking about cooking an actual meal for somebody? No, that was not in my repertoire at all. So he tells me to do this cleanse. He hands me this book. It's got all this stuff I can't eat in it, and stuff that's bad, and all these like vegetables and stuff that are great for me to eat, but that I don't know how to prepare any of them. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try this cleanse. I was totally ill equipped for it. And the first day, I had a lunch meeting with my entire team, the entire team that I was working with at the pharmaceutical company. They were doing like a team building and team development day. And so I went to that. We went out to lunch, and I'm looking at the menu trying to see like what I can order on this cleanse. And there's like nothing on this menu that's going to fit inside of this cleanse. So I remember like I was hungry as can be, and I ended up ordering like a piece of grilled chicken and like over some greens. Like just lettuce and not even any like vegetables or anything, because I was worried about like what if they didn't have like organic vegetables, and then I'm exposing myself to pesticides, and then I didn't have any dressing on the salad because that book that he handed me was talking about how toxic all the oils were, and like the different salad dressings and stuff like that. And I was like, well, I can't eat that. So let me just do like a piece of grilled chicken. And I had it with like some chopped lettuce. And actually, now I do think I had like a little thing of steamed zucchini on the side. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not even going to pretend like it was good. It was disgusting. And I remember my colleagues looking at me like, what is she eating? Like, what is she ordering? That just looks like so gross. Like, no flavor, nothing. And so it was like 3 days of eating like that, coming from, my Southern comfort food and takeout and all that. It was just like cold turkey. And so I remember feeling like I was starved. I was so hungry. The whole process was just kind of overwhelming, getting back into the first point I talked about. And then I remember I could not wait until the third day because the whole like cleanse, the detox was going to be over. And I had in my mind, I was like, I'm going to go to my favorite pizza place. And at the time, it was this place called Uno Pizza. It was like a chain restaurant. I don't even know if they exist anymore, but this was back in Orlando, Florida. And so I remember the night that I was like done with all this like cleansing and detoxing, I had this huge cheesy pizza that I was going to like eat as much of it as I could, like discreetly, right? And so my husband was at the chiropractic office doing adjustments and working with people there. And so I remember I thought like I wasn't going to see him that night. So I could just like eat this entire pizza if I wanted to by myself and not feel guilty about it. And so then I remember he comes and surprises me at the house, like after he's finished with the office that day. It's like 9 o'clock at night, and he knocks on the door. He's like, "Hey, I'm at the door. I'm coming over to say hey or whatever." And he catches me, and I've got this big, huge pizza box open, and it was just bad. He was like, "What are you doing?" But I told that story to say, first of all, that I haven't been where I am the entire time. Like it's definitely been a gradual thing. But two, it's so hard to really make choices that are going to serve you when you don't have the tools there and when you go in with an all or nothing mentality. So if it's like I have to be 100% in at the time, and if I'm not able to make that 100%, then it doesn't count. Then that's so much pressure, and it makes the process so hard. Because if you think about how these like choices, literally the choices that you make about what you're going to eat for dinner has probably been ingrained for years and years and years. It's maybe some kind of mixture of like what you ate growing up combined with, what's easy for the family, combined with, what you did when you were single, or if you are still single or whatever, what's most convenient or whatever it is. So these choices are really much deeper than just, picking out a piece of, chicken for dinner or whatever it is. It's like thought patterns about how we view things over time. So thinking that you can go from, these old lifestyle patterns and ways of thinking and choosing to then all of a sudden making this 180 turn, and it's going to be easy and fun and it's going to be delicious and all of that. Sometimes it's just not realistic in terms of making it all come together. So I just wanted to tell you that story. And the epitome of overwhelm is to go all or nothing. So the thing that you want to do is to, as I said before, take one thing at a time to integrate so that you feel like you can do this in a systemized way and that you're not completely losing it in the process. All right.